cutlets. And then I'm going to be using my knife, so I'm going to hone her up a little bit. Nothing crazy. It is fun to sharpen your knives on a first date situation, though. Oh yeah, that looks good. Now I got this pork loin what I'm working with here, so about 2 pounds for $5. Well, you know, it was economical. We'll see if it was a good choice or not. Oh yeah. Well, let's start working on this. Looks like these are going to be little crispy medallions. You know, normally I like to use a little bit bigger cut, but these medallions will do just fine. You know, cut them maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch or so. Put that guy back in there. I'll figure out what I'll do with the rest of those later. But let's set that down out of the way over here. Okay. So now, we got these guys, and we're going to do what everybody likes to do on a Saturday night, and beat our meat. Work a little bit better. Get them nice and thin. This will also help tenderize them. They're going to freak out if I beat them out of shape too much. They're going to be, pork loin can be a little bit tough and unforgiving, but these aren't going to have an issue with tenderness. I'll tell you that right now. I share a wall with my neighbors, and they probably wonder what the hell I'm doing, but you know. If you don't have a mallet, you can use a rolling pin, you can use the back of a fry pan. This cast iron would definitely flatten them out. Alright. Oh yeah, that was therapeutic. Alright, now you want them the same thickness so they cook the same length of time. They're real thin, so they will cook fast when we get to that part. But I'm just going to season on both sides here with salt and pepper. Where's my pepper? Here we go. Flip them over, and we'll give them the same treatment. with salt. You don't want to go crazy on them. But, pork, Ruby. They're just, you know, pork tenderloin is cheap. You know, not my favorite cut, but it's cheap. But if it makes you feel better, you can pretend it's beef. The same things would work here. So. All right. Put some flour in a bowl here. And just realized that I need an egg from the fridge, so hold on. Alright. Put that in there. Let's go ahead, just mix that up. Scramble, scramble, scramble. If you're fancy and want to use a whisk, be my guess. But you don't need to. I'm running out of counter space here. It's alright. So you got your meat here. Now here's where I'm going to deviate a little bit. You know, I think I want this pork to have a little bit of spice to it. You definitely don't have to. But I want it a little bit spicy, so I'm just going to add a nice helping of chili powder to my flour there. So, you know, just mix that up a little bit. Okay. So, it goes in the flour, dredge, dredge, dredge. And I'm going to do this with all of them. See what I'm doing? You know. And most of the time I'm cooking for one, so usually end up making leftovers a lot of the time, you know. But that's alright. So just get a nice dredge and on that, and if you're gluten-free people, then you know this really isn't for you. Alright. Alright. First layer of your breading is complete here, but the flour is not the superstar of the show. That's going to be your panko, or you know, the Japanese style breadcrumbs. So, these look alright. This will get the job done. Don't be stingy here. Alright. So, you got your cutlet here. It's been dredged in the flour. Gonna dip it in the egg here. Oh yeah. Drain it off. Let the excess egg drip off. Now give it a bath of that panko there. Flip it around, press it in. You know what? These might actually need to be double breaded because you want a lot of panko on there. That's what's going to make it crispy. See, that's much more respectable. That one's ready to go. That's going to be a good one. Now you're just kind of repeating the process. It just really depends how thick you want your crust to be. You can double bread them, but since these are so thin and so small, I don't want to be eating bread when I want to be eating pork. But that's personal preference. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So I guess Germans would call this Wiener Schnitzel, except that I don't think they use breadcrumbs. Well, they use their style of breadcrumbs. But it's still fried pork cutlets, same. I'm really hoping one egg was going to be enough, but worst case scenario, I get another one, you know. Oh yeah, look at that. A little bit more breadcrumbs for these last. Yeah, that should be plenty. All right. All right. So you can see the difference between the one that I did a double breading on, how thick that bread coating is on it. I don't like it that thick, but you know, we'll see how it goes versus the rest of them that was on a single layer. Now, do the fire marshal thing and make sure your kitchen is safe for frying. Get all these paper plates out of the way. And then get prepared, because once it starts cooking, this recipe will move pretty fast. So, let's trash, okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this burner on. I'm using cast iron here. Any type of pan, skillet, pot, whatever you want to call it would work. I like the cast iron because the oil temperature doesn't really drop nearly as much. But let's let that heat up. Now I screwed up at the grocery store and I didn't get peanut oil or vegetable oil or whatever. Well, peanut oil is my favorite for frying with. Canola sucks, I don't use that. So I guess my choices are going to be butter, olive oil, or avocado oil. But avocado oil is a little bit more expensive, what pisses me off that I'm going to have to use this, but it's got a neutral flavor and a higher smoke point than either the olive oil or the butter. So instead of deep frying it, you know, I'll just have to shallow fry and flip them once. But it'll be good. It'll be good. I got a little wire rack that I'm going to set off to the side so I can drain them when they come out of the oil. Yep, now we wait. I'm really curious what you all are doing on the Saturday night. You know, probably not researching how to make pork cutlets, but I'm glad you're here. So while we wait for that oil to heat up, we might as well make our sauce, what we're going to use here. So it's going to be, I don't have any bulldog sauce, but if you know, you know. It's good. I have some little soy from the Chinese restaurant, but you know, we're not going to use that. We're going to go full fat here and go with the mayo-based sauce for this. So, got, you know, we'll call that I don't know, probably 2 tablespoons of mayo. In that goes. Garlic powder. I don't know, call it a good helping. So about that much garlic powder. Now we're going to give it about an equal amount of chili powder. And then we're just going to hit it with either vinegar or, I don't really want to use a lemon, but we're just going to hit it with some lemon juice. Yeah, shit. Yeah. Make sure you don't get seeds in it, so, you know, get those out of there. Go fishing for them if you must. Oh, yeah. Mix that all together. All right, that's all. Look at that taste. Could use just a hint of salt, so mix that in. And that's good to go. All right, you can see my cast iron's starting to put off a little bit of smoke, so that guy's ready to go. Oil in the pan, you know, just enough to cover for now. Since this is not the cheap peanut oil. Alright. So, you could use a meat thermometer or whatever. You're looking for, you know, something 375, 400 or whatever, but I measure temperature if it's ready to go on boil. Drop in a little bit of breadcrumbs. If it sizzles up right away, it's ready to go. I didn't hear it sizzle, so we're going to give it 30 seconds more before we start frying. Very technical approach. But you can do it anywhere. You can do it with flour. You know, I've heard people, you know, stick a wooden thing in to see if they see bubbles or whatever on it. What I doubt you can see, but that is bubbling. Let's try the panko test again. I hear a sizzle, oil is ready to go. Now when you're frying food, the only way to get good at frying food is fry a lot of food. So when you're putting your meat in, lay it away from you. That way you don't have any issues with splashback. You see, lay it away. Alright. Now because of how thin I pounded those out, I had a really good session beating the meat here. These are not going to take long at all to cook on each side. Some people double fry. I might double fry a few tonight just to see what happens, but normally I don't. If you're deep frying them, they'll be covered in oil, and then when they turn golden brown, they're pretty much done. Now hold on. Now if you want to be fancy and don't want to get grease splattered everywhere, you can put, I guess I call it the kitchen condom on, and it keeps all the splatter under control. But there's a lot of action going on, and that handle's going to be hot by now, so you don't want to avoid that. And give it another 30 seconds or so, and then I'll flip them. Cheers. Oh yeah. So that's what we're looking at. It's about time to flip it. Now another minute and a half or so and those guys will be done. And I edge around the suspense, but this is what we're going to be doing for the next 5 minutes or so. They're going to turn out nice and crispy though. Just take a look. Okay, we're almost there on these. And then it's probably going to take about a minute and a half each side. So where are y'all from? That's what we're working with there. I'm going to set it over to the side. Let the oil drain off of it. Oh yeah, this one's even better. Oh yeah. Now lay the meat away from you. You're going to be a little bit careful about putting too much in at one time and dropping the oil temperature here. I'm not too worried about it because, cast iron. That's one of the reasons why I like doing my deep frying in cast iron, because it holds its heat really well. Once you get that, guy hot, it's going to be hot for a while. say Miller Lite is far superior to Bud Light. Although all of their commercials have been boring, terrible. Bring back like the 2000s beer commercials. Those were great. Let's take a peek at what that bottom side looks like. Oh yeah, that was after about a minute of frying. So let's put that back in there. I'm gonna clean that oil off the floor so I don't eat shit later on that. Oh yes. Oh my. Oh my. There we go. Alright. My little pork cutlets are looking pretty good. Take a look. Ooh, that one's ready to pull out. Yeah, on time, as always. Let's hold that up. Show the people what they want to see. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, lay it in away nicely. Oh, that sizzled up real good. Got one more batch and then we're about done. So let's see. Oh yeah, those are crispy enough. I don't need a double fry. Now, when I'm deep frying or just frying food in general, you don't really want to leave the kitchen. One, the food can burn pretty quickly, and two, I mean, things happen. Oil goes all over the place. You can keep the splatter down with a splatter guard, I guess, but that's not as much fun. Oh yeah. Alright, those are going to be crispy. those guys out on time, as always. Alright, so this one's going to go in. And this is the one that I double breaded. But personally, I think that's going to be too much breading, but we'll see how it goes. We'll do a compare and contrast when it comes out. I don't know if this quite beats fried chicken or not. I mean, there's something special about fried chicken, and the world's a better place because of Colonel Sanders. I really do truly believe that. Ooh, yeah. Ray Kroc, you know, McDonald's guy is alright, but I'll be honest, Burger King's really stepped up their game recently. This will have the last batch does its thing. Oh yeah, don't want to burn that. Caught these just in time. That's right about perfect. Any longer it would probably burn. So I'm going to turn the heat off, but I'm going to make a salad to go with these because, you know, I don't have any rice. Normally I would make these with rice. But, you know, I gotta have the sampler, right? So, I got my mayo sauce base with mayo, garlic powder, chili powder, and lemon juice. A little bit of salt. Let's give that a little dip-or-do. Life's good. Now I just got to decide how many of these cutlets I'm going to eat tonight. So we'll put the condom on there. I'm going to put this back in the fridge and get my salad ingredients. All right. We're going to do it quick and dirty on the salad here. Set the pork off to the side. Avoid touching that. That would hurt. Alright. I'm going to mix it up in the bowl because it's a lot easier to toss a salad in a bowl. You know, some people have developed better techniques for tossing salads and to each their own. So I'll just cut a hunk of iceberg lettuce off there. Oh man, this is going to be a big salad. What is unfortunate because I don't really want a big salad. I want to eat my pork cutlets. Oh, whatever. This lets me choose, get rid of the crunchy bits, you know. I'll get my crunch from other parts of the salad. Old cucumber, but you know, just cut off the end that's been exposed, and it'll just be just fine. There we go. There we go. Then, you know, I think we need some onion on this just to keep it entertaining, you know. Even though it's just a lame salad that is literally a space filler on my plate, so I don't eat all of these pork cutlets, but I'll probably eat most of them. Who are we kidding? But, you know, I feel a little bit better about my decision to run today, even though I overslept and had to do it when it was like 85 out. That sucked. But, you know, here we are. Let's hit it with some blue cheese. Oh, looks like that's another thing I'll have to buy at the store tomorrow. Not bitter at all about that. Mix that up. Okay, boring looking salad. Should have put some carrots in it to give it a little bit more color, but that's okay. Nobody cares about the salad anyways. So I got the salad, and guess what? So here's a compare and contrast. This was the one that I breaded twice. This is one that I just breaded once. It looks pretty much the same. Good crunch. Same crunch. I guess this one you can kind of see has a little bit thicker of a crust versus this one is crispy and then straight to the meat. Maybe a little bit fluffier on this one. I don't know. But just personal preference on that. I mean, they're both crispy, and I'll even cut it just so you can hear the crisp. See, here, crisp. Okay, you can't hear the crisp from all the way over there. Disappointed. But we got these little things. Dippy dip. Oh. Now, before I get weird, I'm going to sign off for the night. Ciao.